wanders into an all-girls biker bar and finds a stool. He orders a shot of Jack Daniels. And after sitting there a while, he yells to the bartender, "Hey, you want to hear a blonde joke?" The whole bar immediately falls dead silent. And in a very deep and husky voice, a woman next to him says, "Before you tell that joke, I think it's only fair, given that you are blind, that you should know 5 things. 1, the bartender is blonde girl with a baseball bat. And the bouncer is a blonde girl. And 3, I'm a 6-foot, 175-pound blonde woman with a black belt in karate. Number 4, the woman sitting next to me is blonde and a professional weightlifter. And 5, but not last, the lady to your right is a blonde and a professional wrestler. Now think about it seriously. Do you still want to tell that blonde joke? And the blonde Marine thinks for a few seconds, shakes his head and mutters, "No, not if I'm gonna have to explain it 5 times. Well, this morning I got up early and I was reading through some old journals. I didn't have to go to the radio station because there was some technical difficulties. And I found in one of those journals from way back in the 70s, and boy, that was a long time ago. I can't count very well, but that must be 50 years. Welcome to Happy Harry's Hippie Haven. And the thing I learned from those journals is I was a lot smarter than I thought I was at the time, or I think I am now. And funny, and it is funny, how you feel. You know, I worked in the foundry over at, in Schenectady. Let's just leave it at that. And a lot of the guys that I worked with, they would tell me, it's easier and they'd rather be at work, chipping and grinding and welding and goofing off and sneaking out back for a smoke or going out to lunch and drinking some beers than to face the family on the weekend. Although most of those men really knew they hated being at work. Well, back in the 70s, they tried to pass a $2.50 death tax in my state. Didn't make it through, though, this time anyway. Just little tidbits I found in the journal. A friend asked me why I started a new project in the cellar hole when I haven't finished all the other projects, and I told him it's a sign of a successful person, many irons in the fire. And it's funny he asked me that, 'cause it was that very afternoon I was thinking the next time he asks me that, I would tell him to F off. And I did explain that to him also. Man was not made to live alone. Man was not made to live with someone. Man was not made to live for money. Man was not made to live for routine. Man was made to experience life. Funny how man can waste a lifetime. I asked the fellow how he was doing. What did he say? Well, they might likely reply, same old manure, different day. This thing doesn't rig out. Maybe if I get a pick on it. Let's see if I can find me a pick here. You know, a plectrum, isn't that called a plectrum? I don't know. That's the major key, and it's you can do that all over the freaking thing, or you can go way up here. make all kinds of noise on a guitar. Or you can just enough of this madness. Get on with the shoe, dude.